You think I'll let you zone?
Hey all, I'm back and just in time for another one of my favorite cartoons, Courage the Cowardly Dog, for Halloween. In this episode, I'm going to talk about the very first episode, which is A Night at the Katz Motel. And the episode starts with the Bags looking for a place to stay after they have been on vacation for a while. And they come to the Katz Motel with Eustace thinking this rundown place was a great way to rest. Courage hears the thunder and, becomes a scarf as they head inside the motel. Once they're there, they are greeted by the owner and longtime villain to Courage, who owns the place, Katz. He welcomes them and asks for them to sign in, but read the sign first, which is no dogs allowed, as Eustace ties Courage to a post outside and is still an ass as he scares them with a loud sound. Muriel knocks some sense into him and gives Courage a blanket and tells him it will be just for the night as they head to their room. Courage gets a little salty that they get to sleep in a warm bed while he sleeps outside. Eustace being obnoxious, telling Muriel that he can't wait to get home to sleep in his own bed as he passes out. Meanwhile, we find out that Katz raises spiders and feeds the guests to them, but I don't know what the endgame here is. Like, does he take the things from them after they die or what? But he tells the ones in the web to clean it up as it's a pigsty. It looks like Katz has hidden areas and compartments all over the motel as he spies on Eustace in bed. Katz then selects Courage as the first victim of the spiders, and he puts the box down and opens it as we see a spider blitzing down the way. Courage is trying everything to break the leash, from a blowtorch to a chainsaw and even acid. The thing is like diamond for some reason. As a last resort, he decides to chew through it and succeeds. We also see that the spiders are kind of slow when Courage just ups and walks away. Then we find Muriel taking a bath as another spider decides to attack. Courage, waiting outside the door, hears her screaming and needs to do something really fast but doesn't have a key. So instead of wasting any time, he decides to fire himself out of a cannon in the hope that it works. In the room, Muriel tells him to go get help as she fights off the spider. Courage doesn't know what to do as Eustace is dead asleep in bed, and for real, if I was Muriel, I would have left his ass if he was knocked out cold from complaining about the vacation that I was screaming for help while he did nothing. Courage tries everything to get his ass up, from jumping on the bed to making loud noises. He gives up to do something else as Eustace is kidnapped with a rotating bed. Courage runs screaming to the office asking Katz for help, but he's gone, so he goes to the back room to see if anyone is actually there. Courage finds Eustace in a spiderweb with one of them coming to eat him. Courage rips a floorboard off and smashes the spider, only for Katz to catch them. Courage throws the old man at Katz and runs for it. He finds a room where Katz makes all these spiders, then runs for it again as Katz gets smashed by the door. Courage screams down the hallway as Katz bops his hips back and forth at a leisurely pace. Cornered, Katz decides to have a little fun before he kills the dog in a game of handball. Courage is fighting for his life. It cuts back to Muriel, who throws the spider into the toilet and flushes it. Katz is enjoying the game because we see he isn't even taking this seriously as Courage crashes into the wall trying to save the ball. Muriel decides that she is done staying at the motel and wants to leave. Katz is just being an ass at this point, with reading a book while the dog is on his last legs. Katz goes for the finishing spike as Courage falls to the ground. That's when Katz gets ready to finish the job, as he shows why no one ever checks out of the motel. Then Muriel just knocks his ass out, telling Courage that they're leaving, but on the way home, she asks Courage if he wants a similar fancy sweater like Grandpa has, and then he just screams as the episode ends. Now, since this is a horror cartoon, you're probably wondering why a motel? What's so scary about that? Paranoia. The idea that you are sleeping in an unknown area with strangers you don't know who are doing who knows what in the same building as you. That they could come for you in your sleep at your most vulnerable, and no one would know until the deed was done, or take it a step further, like with Katz here, that the owner or employee or employees are the cause of the fear of something happening and the possibility that they will never get caught because they control the area. Most of this paranoia and fear is due to horror movies, as most aren't that dangerous. Plus, they try to mitigate the fear of being in a strange place by having warm lighting or having employees around the clock 24/7 to ease customers from thinking, this motel sure is creepy, I'm not staying here. That doesn't rule out the odd one out of, man, this place is freaking me out. But that should do it for this video of, A Night at the Katz Motel. If you have any strange stories about motels or hotels, leave them in the comments. With that being said, stay gold guys, and I'll see you in the next video.